everyone, I'm your foodie dietitian next door. I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist, and today I will be showing you how to get through Thanksgiving 2020. So we know that typically during the Thanksgiving holiday and dinner, we are not eating figs and berries. I know I tend to have more of those traditional Thanksgiving Day foods, such as macaroni and cheese, candied yams, greens, things like that. So if that sounds like you, here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you how to get through Thanksgiving 2020 by showing you how to enjoy most of your traditional Thanksgiving Day foods by eating them in a balanced way. All right? And we will be doing that using the MyPlate Method. All right, let's get into it. So because it's important to know what's in the dishes we'll be balancing, I'm going to be showing y'all some of the food preparation really quickly. So you can see I peeled and boiled the sweet potatoes and the white potatoes. Sweet potatoes are considered to be a starchy vegetable. In mine, I usually add a little bit of brown sugar, cinnamon sticks, ginger, and nutmeg, and pop it in the oven. Potato salad. So potato salad contains white potatoes, which is considered to be a starchy vegetable. In mine, I like to add a little bit of light mayo, 1 sliced boiled egg, mustard, a little sweet salad cubes, salt, pepper, a little dill, and paprika for garnish. So collard greens are considered to be a non-starchy vegetable. The way I make mine, after I boil them to get that bitter taste out and I boil them again, I add a smoked turkey leg. And typically that provides all the seasoning I need. I don't really need to add any more salt or sodium because it pretty much has enough seasoning with the smoked turkey leg. If I do add something else, it's either like garlic, pepper, or other spices. But that's how I make my collard greens. Macaroni and cheese is going to be part of the grain group. For mine, I usually use elbow macaroni noodles. If you have and are able to eat whole grain noodles, please use that. I also use a blend of medium and sharp cheddar, which is part of the dairy group. I use evaporated milk, which is part of the dairy group. I use olive oil in place of butter, a little salt and pepper, and pop it in the oven. All right, so just a couple more. Carrots and green beans are considered to be non-starchy vegetables. So for mine, I typically just wash them, peel them, slice them, boil it, and then I put them in a skillet with a little bit of olive oil and garlic cloves or garlic powder, just a dash of breadcrumbs for texture, and voila. And lastly, we have the spring mix salad, which mine contains all non-starchy vegetables. So mine has baby spinach, red oak leaf lettuce, red chard, green chard, and radicchio. I also added some sliced cucumbers and tomatoes. Ooh, look at those tomatoes, y'all. And then I popped that in the mix, and that's that. So this is just showing all the foods we'll be working with. No, I didn't make that chicken, just pretend it's a turkey, you guys. And I didn't make that stuffing just because I usually don't eat stuffing, so I didn't want to waste my time making that. Okay, now for the fun part. So as most of y'all already know, we did away with the food pyramid years and years ago, right? So we are now focused on the MyPlate Method. And all the MyPlate Method is a way to just focus on food variety and portion to support healthy eating for everyone. So it encourages you to make small changes and to choose foods and beverages with less saturated fat, sodium, and added sugars as much as possible or whenever you can. So we will be using this. A quick rundown of the different groups. For the fruit group, it can be any fruit or 100% fruit juice. The fruit can be canned, fresh, frozen, dried, whole, cut up, or pureed. Any of those count towards the fruit group. For the vegetable group, kind of the same thing. Any vegetable or 100% vegetable juice counts towards the vegetable group. Your grains are going to be foods such as your breads, your cereals, your pasta, rice, grits, things like that. And you want to try to make half of your grains whole grains if you are able to eat whole grains. Your protein group is going to include foods such as meat, of course, seafood, beans, eggs, poultry. If you eat nuts and seeds, that's also considered to be part of the protein group. And dairy, which includes your milk and your products that are made from milk that are able to retain much or most of that calcium content, such as most of your cheeses, yogurt, calcium fortified soy milk. Some foods that are not able to retain that calcium content are like your butter, cream cheese, and cream. So just be mindful of those. So I have some sample plates to show you guys. So we are going to start off with the collard greens for the vegetables, which is non-starchy. For fruits, we chose the 100% fruit juice. I always dilute any juice with water whenever possible. For grains, we chose the cornbread stuffing. Protein, we're going to act like this is turkey. We did add a little gravy, so be mindful of condiments and additions to food. And dairy, we chose the yogurt. Okay, so this time around for the vegetables, we chose to roll with the collard greens, which are non-starchy vegetables. I know many of us don't really care for much fruit during dinner time, so we chose the green beans with carrots, which are also non-starchy vegetables, and that's completely fine. For the grains, we chose the macaroni and cheese, and for protein, we chose the turkey with a little bit of gravy. Now for the dairy, because the macaroni and cheese contains that cheese, which is part of that dairy group, we don't really need another dairy, so we're just going to have water to complete this meal. So this time around for the vegetables, we're going to do the collard greens, which are non-starchy vegetables, but we're going to save a little room for the sweet potatoes or yams, which are actually a starchy vegetable. For fruit, we're going to go with the 100% fruit juice, dilute that with water. For grains, we're going to do the macaroni and cheese, and for the protein, we're going to do the turkey with the gravy. Remember, the macaroni and cheese has that dairy in it from the cheese, so we don't need to add a dairy. Okay, just a few more. So this time for vegetables, we're going to roll with the sweet potatoes or the candied yams, which are a starchy vegetable. For fruits, instead of fruit, we're going to roll with a little bit of collard greens, which are a non-starchy vegetable, and then just a little bit of whole berry cranberry sauce. For grains, we're going to have the cornbread stuffing, and for protein, we're going to have the turkey with gravy. For dairy, we are going to have a little bit of yogurt, and we are going to have water to complete this meal. Okay, so we are coming up on the end. This time for vegetables, we're going to have potato salad, which is mainly white potatoes, which is a starchy vegetable. Remember, we added a little bit of light mayo too, so keep in mind that little bit of added additional fat. We're going to roll with the spring mix salad with Italian dressing. For grains, we're going to have cornbread stuffing. And for protein, we are going to have some turkey with a little bit of gravy. For dairy, we'll just say that that's yogurt. And we're going to have some water to complete this meal. Bonus! So I did want to kind of show what a variety plate would look like, just because I know many of us are going to be making variety plates, let's just be honest. So for vegetables, a little bit of potato salad, which contains mainly white potatoes, which is a starchy vegetable. Collard greens, which is a non-starchy vegetable. Sweet potatoes or yams, which are starchy vegetables. Green beans and carrots, which are non-starchy vegetables, and then just a tiny bit of whole berry cranberry sauce on the side. For grains, macaroni and cheese, and then for protein, the turkey with a little bit of gravy. Remember, for the dairy, we don't need an additional dairy because of the cheese and the macaroni. And then we're going to complete this meal with the water. So just a couple last tidbits. Remember, the MyPlate is a tool to encourage food variety and portion control. For the portions, don't stack the food, just let the foods fall naturally on the plate, and just get as close as you can, staying within the portions. If the food is a tad bit over or a tad bit under, don't stress about it. Just do the best you can. And if you choose to have a dessert, I would stick with a small portion, as most desserts contain high amounts of sugar, salt, and or fat. So I would just limit those desserts to having them sometimes. And just make sure when you do have them, you enjoy them. Thanks for watching. Remember, I'm She, your foodie dietitian next door. Hopefully you found that to be helpful. Stay tuned for more videos where I'll be showing you how to make more of your favorite foods part of a balanced diet. Until then, make sure you comment and let me know what foods you'll be having this Thanksgiving holiday. All right, I'll catch y'all later.